You. Sorry.
Gotta fix Instagram. Hold on.
Hello. Good morning. Okay. Sorry. Okay.
Hello, YouTube. We're trying to fix our Instagram right now.
I failed it.
We're trying again.
Okay, let's go for it. Hola, hello. Yes, kind of working. Good morning.
Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
It's been a while.
Yes, it's been a long time. We'll be looking at like 3 different screens, so apologize if we're not looking at you.
Same as before. Same as before.
Wow, it's really snowing a lot.
Yeah. So for the sense, I can only show you in the back. Sorry, guys. So it's snowing a lot.
Yeah, it's snowing a lot. This is like the first big snow we've had, and it's really late in the winter. Normally this comes a lot earlier, like in January. It started snowing yesterday, and now it's continuing to snow. It's really coming down.
The snow is heavy.
Yeah, it's like a really thick, wet snow.
Not just in Seoul, but also
Yeah.
like Busan, the other area as well. Okay. So today, before we did live in Spanish.
Yes.
So Christina did a live show in Spanish, live streaming in Spanish. But today we are going to do in English, since we offer services in Spanish, English, and Italian. So hopefully, I hope you guys understand me and Nathan. Here we go.
How are we? We are good.
Yes.
Cold.
Yeah.
Cold outside.
Yeah. This weekend actually was like 14 degrees, and we dropped down like now like 3. Now it's like 3, -3. Before it was -8 or something. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. And then I guess after this week, it's gonna be like spring, very hot every week, and then we will get to the like summer. The summer. Good morning. Today is February 17th, and then 10:40 a.m. So we are going to, as we mentioned, we are going to do a Q&A streaming, about the visiting program.
But before we get into that, we can still apply for our study trips. So if you only have a couple weeks to spare during pretty much any season except winter, spring, summer, or fall, we still have spots for our spring trip. So we had extended the deadline for that. So if you want to come to Korea in April, then that application is still open. And then all the remaining trips for the year, all the applications are open and accepting applications currently. So we still have spots left for all of them. So normally the most popular ones are during the summer, during July. So if you want to attend those, then please apply soon and pay the fees as soon as possible.
Sure. And same as before, since even though we are doing mostly for the visiting program, still like ask anything about the study and live in Korea. So we are going to go through as many as possible to answer your questions.
For the study trips, we have one for youth, ages 14 to 17, and then the rest of the study trips are for adults, ages 18 and over. And if you're asking about the visiting program, then you need to be a full-time undergraduate student in your country, or in just a university outside of Korea. So most of the time, you're going to be 18 years or older.
Yes. There's no maximum age as long as you are in the university or college program.
Yeah.
So if you're not sure, just let us know. And the visiting program is the first university program that we never offered.
This is the first for like degree-seeking students.
Exactly.
That we're offering.
Yeah. The reason that we try to, give this opportunity is because personally, I've been also like a foreign countries to study, as well as, then you studied Korean in here. And then studying like 3 or 4 years, even like 1 year is like big decision. So especially for the undergraduate or master degrees, you are not sure like which country Korea is, what Korea it is, and also you are not sure the education systems, everything is unsure. So this opportunity, like visiting program, gives you to test out kind of, to see whether this is like my program. And this is the country that I want to study and live for like 3 or 4 years. So this kind of opportunity to kind of test out. In the meantime, you can also study based on your major, or based on what you want to study, and what you want to keep studying.
Yeah. There are some questions. I can read Spanish, but my Spanish sucks. So one person asked where we are. We're in Seoul, and the visiting program is at Hanyang University, which is also in Seoul. Mm-hmm. And then someone says they're going to come next year and visit us. That's great. We hope you study here in Korea. You can also study Korean language at Hanyang if you want. But today is special. The special topic is about their visiting program for undergraduates. So we're just going to go through a lot of questions you may have, and then if you have other questions, then just feel free to ask us.
Yes, for sure. And then, because we are also like in Facebook and YouTube.
Yeah.
So if you want to,
if you want to see the video later, then
yes,
check there.
Yes.
Because as you know, the video disappears from Instagram, I think after 24 hours.
Exactly. Cool.
Well, it's your 5th language. That's a lot.
Wow.
More than me.
Yeah. Learning language is not easy, as
right.
We always, keep empathize. Mm-hmm. Even studying Korean in the university is full-time studying. So it's going to be Monday to Friday every week, 20 hours. And there is quiz, like, tests and like presentation sometimes. So it's like fully you are involved in the like studying. It's not like easy things. So 5th language is amazing.
Okay, let's start on the visiting program questions, because I see a couple of questions that are directed to that. So first is like, what is the visiting program? So maybe your school has study abroad programs or exchange programs with certain universities outside of where they're located. So the good thing about the visiting program is your school that you attend doesn't need any like formal agreement with Hanyang. Any undergraduate student can apply for the visiting program to study in Korea. And it's good because maybe, your school may not have an agreement with any university in Korea to start with, let alone Hanyang. So if you want to come study, as long as you're approved to come over, then it's perfectly fine with Hanyang. And so how's it different from like a regular exchange program? When you don't have to have, like I said, a formal agreement with Hanyang, so you don't have to like have a one-to-one exchange for students from Korea coming to your school, or you going to Hanyang. And as I said, any undergraduate student is able to apply as long as you, of course, pay the tuition and go through the document process for application. And you may be wondering the minimum GPA, which is grade point average, or any language proficiency you need. There's no like minimum GPA or proficiency tests required.
Korean.
Yeah. Just know that courses are going to be offered in either Korean or English. So you should be proficient enough to sit in a lecture in Korean or English and be able to take class.
So the classes you can select what you like.
Yeah.
Of course, it would be great if the courses, the programs, is like aligned with your credit or your major,
Right.
so that you can get the credit from the Hanyang University, and that you don't have to waste another year to finish your like a college or diploma program. So long and short, visiting program, exchange program, similar. However, visiting program, if your school doesn't like make a contract with the Hanyang University, still you are able to join the visiting program in the Hanyang University.
And then I think someone already asked about the costs. So per semester, like let's say you sign up for one semester, you're going to pay 4 million won, and that includes an application fee of 200,000 won, and then the tuition of 3.8 million won. And in US dollars, maybe that's right under 4,000 US dollars.
Yeah, 3,000 like 700 something per term.
Yeah,
and per term means like
per semester.
Yeah, per semester, like March, starting from March or starting from September. And then you can multiple if you want to, let's say, study 1 year, then it's going to be like 800 man won, which would be like a 7,500 US dollar.
Yes,
something like that.
Someone asked about the coronavirus. So far, there's not that many cases in Korea, and like
total 30.
Oh yeah,
I guess. And then among them, like 7 people cured and went home.
Yeah,
I guess.
So the risk is generally still very low unless you've went to China basically, or you're on the cruise ship.
Yes,
but
yes, it's a big deal.
Yeah, basically, there's very few cases, and the risk is, as we said, very low. So there's a lot of different precautions that schools have been taking, and of course the government takes.
Yes.
So if you're studying with us like this spring, we've probably already told you about some of the precautions the school's taking, and that's just to be like extra cautious because, as you know, schools have a lot of people in them. So
this is new disease, so you never know. So you need to be careful by yourself. Yeah. But one thing that I kind of relieved is that like our government take it seriously.
Yeah.
So you do many things before and after, as well as of course it's like troublesome especially for you guys to come to Korea, and we have like schools like opens their course a little bit late, like 1 or 2 weeks late, which is like the government like force them to do that. So there's some troublesome for you to study. However, it's necessary. Otherwise nobody know how it will be effect. But so far it's under control. As a Korean, like by seeing the news every time, we are taking it very seriously. So thanks for asking that. And then one more thing, whenever you approach us to ask this and that questions, we are always trying to give you the honest and up-to-date information. So that's one of the things that we can offer. So hopefully the virus, not just in Korea but also in Japan, in China, hopefully the virus remove as soon as possible, so we can go back to routine, our normal life. Otherwise, it's gonna be keep troublesome. So thank you for asking, Facebook.
And let's see. Back to the visiting program. So what's included in the tuition are the fee costs, and it's just the cost to study. So like the tuition fees. So for like housing, textbooks and such, that would of course be up to like what classes you take and the flight. And if you need help with housing, then we can of course help you find that. And of course, textbooks are kind of up to what classes you take. And the flight will vary depending when you travel and where you're traveling from. But yeah, just for the fees that we mentioned earlier, it's just the cost of study, the tuition. And you may have seen that Hanyang has 2 campuses. Most of the courses will be in Seoul, in the Seoul campus, but of course it depends on like what courses you sign up for. So just be aware of that. If you want to stay in Seoul and not have to like commute to their other campus, then of course sign up for the appropriate courses. And then what documents do you need to provide to apply? It's pretty simple.
Even simpler than the Korean course.
Yeah.
So there's like 4 or 5 things you need to prepare, which is very easy to do. But one thing, 2 things is important. That is like the official transcript from your home country's universities or college. So basically the first term or second term, or the courses that you took. And then there is a bank balance you need to provide, same as like Korean course. However, less than that. So let's say, for example, you are applying for like 1 term, then you can provide like in your bank $4,000 US. And then if you, let's say, for example, try to come like 1 year, you can just multiply 2 times. It's gonna be like 8,000. Of course, depend on your countries, the immigration, the embassy or consulate might ask more or less, but that's something that that's like one thing that school asks for. Other than that, you can just email us. Others are very simple, copy of passport, and then like your photo, which like passport photo. So it's quite simple. So other than that, just ask us based on your country. School might ask more, so we can give you the information.
And then when do you need to apply? It's earlier than the language course. So for the spring term, it's from October to November is the application period. And then for the fall term, it's from April to May. So I believe the deadline's on our website already. So yeah, if you want to start during September, then be sure to gather your documents and submit them to us in about 2 months. And during the application period, you also have to pay the tuition. So the school will be invoicing you after you submit all your documents. And then when you receive the invoice, then please pay the invoice on time in order to start studying. And then, similar to other undergraduate admissions processes, after you pay, then of course you'll register for classes later, and then arrange your flight and all that stuff. And the school will of course release the documents to sponsor your visa, and we can walk you through all those steps as well. So if you want to start during the fall, then of course applying would be the first thing to do.
Same as like Korean course, there is certain like application date. However, the sooner the better, to know more, to prepare in advance. So, whenever you decide, to come this school or that school or this program, that program, please contact us soon, so that we can go through all the things and you can have more time to think about it. So although there is March terms application, September terms application, let us know as soon as possible. That's better for you and for us, for the school as well. So we go through which question? So we go through what is the visiting program, what's the differences like exchange with exchange program, minimum requirements, how much, and what kind of documents, when should I apply for the course, and then we are going through the other like half page. Still, like if you have any questions, let us know. Leave your comment below. So that we can answer you back, or if you leave your email address, we can approach you.
And see, we answered that. So the visa. So the visa that you get for the visiting program is different than the language program.
D4.
Yeah. So language program is the D41 visa, and the visiting program, since you're going to be an undergraduate student, is the D28. So I believe I tell all my students at least, and we remind you to receive the correct visa, because that's very important. I don't think it's normally not an issue, but some embassies and consulates don't always give you the right visa. So yeah, you're going to make sure you get the D28 if you apply for the visiting program and are admitted, and Hanyang is sponsoring that visa for you.
So the visa is like D28?
Yes, yeah, right? That's the type of visa. It's a student visa for degree-seeking students. Let's see. Do we have any other questions from? I don't think we have any others. Oh, if you want to like study full time later at Hanyang, you can transfer there. The visiting program is just temporary study for their like regular degree courses. But if you later want to transfer, then you have the option to do that if you'd like.
Because the minimum requirement is this program is those who are already in the like university program or college program in your country.
Right.
So the program itself is for the like temporary. Of course, like I said, you can test that out. The life in Korea, the study, the teacher, the classmate, to check everything is okay. Then you can even keep studying the visiting program, or you can transfer to the another like undergraduate or the master degree course. Of course, there will be another like criteria or documents, extra documents. But for now, you can just attend it, test it out.
And you can actually register for like up to 20 credits, which at least in the US, that's a lot. Normally in the United States, like a full-time student might take like 12 to 18 credit hours per semester. So you can of course like gauge that for yourself if you want to finish a lot of courses, or if you want to maybe take it easy, take only like 10 or 12 credits. It's up to you. So, but the tuition is the same regardless of like how many credits you take. So maybe you want to sign up for more than one class if you pay the tuition for a semester.
For sure. And then like from Korea, mostly the one class is either like 2 credit or 3 credit. Of course, there is like 1 credit, but there are 2 credit, 3 credits. So if you sum up, you are able to, ideally 8 classes or 6.
Maybe 5 to 6.
6 or 7 classes.
6 or 7.
6 or 7 classes. But that's also a lot of classes per term.
And you can also sign up for a Korean language class if you want as well.
Yeah.
So if you want to also study Korean language in addition to your degree related courses, you can. I haven't been in college in a while, but when I was a student, normally students would take like 15 credits per semester. That was like a average amount. So if you wanted to have like a quote unquote full course load, then you can kind of gauge appropriately. And then courses like math were more credit hours. They may have been like 4 credit hours because you may have also had a lab or study session that you also had to sign up for. So if maybe you take a science course, you'll have a lab, or if you take a language course, that's a lot of credit because you're in class a lot. So just be aware of that when you're signing up for classes, so you're not overworking yourself too much or underworking yourself.
Having a passion is good, but with the life and the class or the way of teaching might be different.
Yeah.
From your country, from like high school, middle school. So go through like a basic 12 credit, 15 credit is also good. And as Nathan said, you are able to join the Korean course, and then you can get the credit out of it. That's also good. So all the information, but simply all the information are on our webpage. School. When you go to our homepage, there is school section, and then go to the universities, and then you can find the Hanyang University visiting program. So when you click it, there is all basic information, and then you can go through all the things.
The visiting program at minimum is 1 semester. And then It's not about age. It's about if you're registered as a undergraduate student in your country, so or rather outside of Korea. So if you're 17 and you're a full-time student, then I think that's okay. But most people are probably 18 years and older.
So, like I said, there is like a basic, same as Korean course. So there is basic information, but if you want to know more about your personal cases, please let us know so you can go through all the things. Like I said, depend on your country, depend on your situation, the answer might be different. So that's what we give you is like the basic information. And
if you have any specific questions, then just let us know.
Yes, please.
About being admitted.
Yes, please. Hey, Shaban.
Oh, and then a lot of people also ask about credit. So Hanyang will give you an official transcript showing what courses you took, and then you'll have to talk to your university back wherever you're a full-time student about transferring those credits. So we recommend you talk with your school beforehand and say, I really want to do this program because you don't have a formal program abroad or in Korea specifically. So then you can talk to your academic advisor and figure out how you'll transfer the credit, what courses will match up with your degree courses. And if you need course catalog or something, then of course we can help you get that.
Shaban, one thing, I want to show you the Korea. Now it's snowing.
We're going to show Instagram the snow outside.
Yeah. It's snowing a lot. It was kind of more than this. This is our office, the playground. These are very fun, I guess, even though there are lots of snow. But it's going to be until tonight, snowing a lot. Sorry.
Good. Another.
Yeah, there's another question. Sorry.
Hello from New Zealand. Are you able to do this? Yeah. So the visiting program is if you're a student, a full-time student in undergrad. It doesn't have to be even in your home country. It can be just outside of Korea, and then you can sign up for whatever courses you want to take. So maybe you want to take your humanities courses, or you want to take language courses, or you want to take, I don't know, something directly related to your major. Then it's fine as long as you can complete the course in either Korean or English. And not all courses are offered in both languages, so you have to check maybe their course catalog or their departments to make sure that the course you want is either taught in English or Korean. Because obviously you don't want to show up to class and they're speaking Korean when you want to take it in English, or they're speaking English when you want to take it in Korean. So I hope that answers your question.
Actually, there is one other question. Hello, Kaden. Sorry. So today we are going to talk about we are now talking about the visiting program.
Yeah.
So there's another question. I like Korean sodas. Do you? I used to. I used to drink a lot, but it totally depends on your preference. There's another not just only soju, but also there are a drink of makgeolli and makju if you like, and so maybe make it together. So hopefully this will answer your question. No problem. Always welcome to join our live show, or
if you want to only study in the summer, maybe you can study Korean language during the summer term, which is from June to August. Or you could do a study trip with us as well, which is a couple weeks to get a taste of Korea, basically. In terms of the visiting program, it's just the 2 terms of spring and fall, which are the 2 major terms in Korea. Within Korea, the winter and summer are not full terms, and some students may just take those as a break, or they may work, or they may do some temporary thing. So for purposes of the visiting program, it's only for the spring and fall.
So the way you are going to attend is similar to the regular program, regular bachelor or like undergraduate program. So basically, you are shortly study in the university, and then, like I said, you can extend it if you like, and change it to like a degree seeking program. Hello, medicine. How are you?
And we're still supporting Hanyang's Korean language program.
Yes.
So if you'd rather just study Korean language full time, then that's no problem at all. We can still help you with that too. This is just an additional program that was just started with Hanyang. So if you have questions about either one, just let us know. We can still help you with the Korean language program, and this is a new program we're supporting.
Yeah, I mean, we have been helping Korean language students for about like since 2016, and now we had helped like 400, 500 people, and then I guess we are it's right time to offer another program, so you would have like another selections, but still like our main customer is like Korean seeking program seeking people. But this like opportunity is like great to shortly come to study during the regular course with Korean or like with foreign students. And then, like we said, you are going to get like 20 credit, of course, based on your selection. But we strongly advise you to test, to like check in your department in your like college or university if you are going to study or if you are going to join this program, whether the credit will be covered in your country beforehand, so that there would be any troublesome headache after all. So
yeah, most of the time, at least for people trying to get credit for the Korean program, outside of the visiting program, like the schools may ask you for a course syllabus. Will you be assessed? Like, will you take exams and tests? Obviously the credit hours, like how many hours you're in class per week and things like that, which is all pretty basic information. So I think let's say you want to take, I don't know, a philosophy course, then I would think it'd transfer to most schools unless you have a special requirement for your school specifically. So things like, class syllabus, like tests and such, projects and things.
So one more VBB household as a visiting program. So since we go through pretty much all the questions, I'm gonna tell you review what is visiting program. So visiting program is similar to like an exchange program. So if you like to study, overseas, but if your university don't have any contract with like Hanyang University, then you can just come ask us, come to the Hanyang University to study short term, minimum 6 months, normally like 1 year, from the March or September, and then you are able to join like all the courses based on your selections, and then you can also study Korean course with the credit. So that's like simply visiting what the visiting program is. But you can go through all the videos that we just did, live streaming about the questions, like how much, when to apply, how to apply, what to prepare, and like I said, we have like our homepage, so you can go through simply and then ask us, any questions about the program.
Yes, you have to be enrolled in a university or college outside of Korea. So you should be a current student.
Yes. And then, is there some other questions, I guess? So you are going to get the credit, like with the transcript. However, you cannot get any certificate or diploma because you didn't finish the course. You didn't finish like whole like a major
degree program.
But if you want to do that, like I said, you can exchange. You can transfer to the like a degree seeking course in Korea. And two more questions below. So what accommodation are available? So school can offer you the dormitory, and the dormitory is in the campus mostly, but you can have like private room or like up to like 4 people sharing rooms. So there are many selections. Or if you don't like being in dormitory, then we can help you go. We can help you have like a mini studio, a homestay, or like serviced apartment. All the options. So just ask us based on your budget and time and a plan. We can help you for the accommodation as well.
And then just like our Korean language course support, like our support is free, and the fees you're paying are directly what the school charges to everyone. So the tuition and the application fee, it's the same as if you would go, directly
to the school.
Yeah.
And then the most frequently asked question would be if there is a scholarship help. There is no scholarship help. So for about like US dollar 3,700 per term, you need to pay by yourself. And then there will be extra charge for the accommodation and the food and other things.
What you may be able to do is ask your home institution if you can like have their tuition waived while you're studying abroad. But again, like we said earlier, we recommend you talk with your home school, your academic advisor, or your department head, or whoever manages like your degree study, and to make sure that your credits would transfer, that you can receive any financial assistance that you're qualified for, and that it would be best for you to take advantage of this program.
Okay, so basically this is what the visiting program is, and hopefully we give you like a little bit of like knowledge, information what it is, because it's not like unfamiliar. There is like exchange program, degree seeking program, master program, like Korean course. But what is visiting program? So, but we think this would be another like opportunity for you to come to Korea, live and study, not just only in Korean, but also other degree program based on your, preference. And hopefully you can get like credit from the like a 6 months or 1 year study. And then if you like, you can keep studying in Korea. I guess we answered all questions.
Of course, you can see the replay on YouTube and Facebook. It disappears after 24 hours on Instagram. But if you comment on either Facebook or YouTube, we'll still get back to you. Or if you have another specific question, you can, of course, go to our website and use our contact form. And if you speak English, then I will reply to you.
Yeah.
If you email us in Spanish or Italian, then Christina or Sabrina will be happy to answer all of your questions as well.
Still, like we are going to, because we have like social media with like Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and then like we have blog, So with those like tools, we are going to give you details, written information, so that you can have a like video explanation as well as our homepage and other materials to have a look for this like program. So hopefully, once again, this program will give you like another like life-changing experiences. Yeah, I mean that's pretty all for today. I hope we explained good enough for you to understand what it is. Yeah. All right. Once again, thanks for joining our live streaming, and hopefully we can have another live show regarding this program, because since we mentioned what it is, we try to invite somebody already studying now from the Hanyang University, so we can ask them, you can ask them, what you like about this program, what you are really studying, and the price and life in Korea, after, studying what you normally do, those things. We are trying to arrange it as soon as possible so that you have like a better, idea about this program. So we are going to tell you when it comes, hopefully next week.
You're welcome for all the info.
All right. Once again, this is Eddie and Nathan from gogohanguk. Monday morning. I hope you guys have a great time. Night, morning,
Wherever you are.
yes, afternoon. Okay.
We'll see you in the next live video. And of course, if you think of any other questions, comment or email us. We will get back to you as soon as possible.
Bye, Madison. Thank you for joining me and Nathan once again. And Shaban.
Yeah.
I hope you have a great time in Netherlands. And then you told me you come back. I don't know when, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. Bye bye. Hanyang. It's gonna keep snowing.
It's still snowing.
Bye YouTube.
Bye, everybody.
Bye Instagram. Bye Facebook. Okay. Bye bye.